Greetings, my healers, this is Nick Entel, and welcome back to Pokémon Academy Live Forever! So, you see, in the last episode we finished the battle tryouts, Red won all of them, so now we're back here in Homeroom on Tuesday morning. Why are so many people missing from class today? It looks like 1/5 of the class is gone, and what's that weird smell? That weird smell is your Alolan Grimer, of course, look at her. Oh, and that reminds me, I need to switch. So, for the gym class. So, I'm going to give Boxer a chance below Titanium. So anyway, we're moving on. Lots of absences today. Perhaps there's something going around? Well, let's open a door, vent out the place. Nothing cures a bout of Adoni's like fresh air. Open that door and the stank will get way worse. Trust me, old people, am I right? Yeah, old people from the old days. Ugh. He's not that old, just 60s maybe? You never asked? I mean, I'm not sure if it was ever relevant. Yeah, it's pretty much disrespectful to ask older people how old they are. Uh-huh. But you asked a girl you met crawling out of a meteor crater her age immediately. And you also asked Skyla how old she was. Oh my god, give it a rest! Sorry. I actually just came over to tell you good job at the tryouts yesterday. I would have texted you, but I was so tired Hilda pretty much had to carry me into bed. Thanks, you put up a serious fight. You're just saying that. You crushed me! Oh, speaking of crushing, what's up with that Sonia chick? She's scary strong. I have no idea. From what Janine said, I think she's a dropout from last year. Janine mentioned she ghosted the team. Jeez, wonder why. Maybe the pressure just got too much for her? Maybe, but that's boring. Until I hear otherwise, I'm going to put my money on her discovering the battle team is actually, like, hugely corrupt and evil, and she ditched it until she was strong enough to take it down from the inside. I guess that'd be a more interesting story. Yeah, well, even if it is evil, I hope I get in. The support and resources of the battle team would really help when it comes to the quarter clashes. Right, when are those again? The first one starts May 5th. Yeah, the quarter clashes start on week 5. Just a heads up. Seriously? That's pretty soon. Yeah, and you might just get matched up against someone you totally can't beat, like Janine. Is Lance participating in the QQs? I don't know. He's already a champion of 2 regions. After winning Kanto and Johto, Kobukan kind of feels like small potatoes might be underneath his notice. Man, I hope so. Ahem! Anything you two would care to share with the class? Oops, gotta go! Okay, so let's take a look at, the traits. I only took flying yesterday, so I need to get my ice up. Yeah, I played ahead of, I played on separate, so let me start over. I played this game, ahead. Yeah, and I played separate save files to know what was going on and how I was going to play it. So I'm going to focus on flying for today, and go to ice class as well, but first I'm going to flying class. I forgot that I have a sticky note on my microphone right here in front of me. I have written what electives I'm going to focus on for today, and Wednesday as well. Yes, I'm going to play Wednesday in this episode as well. And that concludes the lecture. I hope you were keeping a keen eye on the battle team tryouts yesterday. You can tell the battlers there were listening to their lessons. Odd rule set they chose, though. Anyway, it's time for double battles again. Your battling partner is meant to be Hilbert today, but since you just fought him in the tryouts, I'll find another for you. Oh cool, thanks. That'd be a bit redundant, wouldn't it? There is little usage in fighting the same opponent over and over, especially whose Pokémon know only one move. Your substitute opponents will be... Who is it? Serena will do. Red! Splendid to see you! Have you come any closer to unveiling the culprit behind your guerrilla campaign? Yeah, the reason I paired up Boxer with Titanium is because I need a fighting type move to take down Serena's dark type Pokémon. Remember, she's taking the dark elective. Nope, actually, it wasn't the person I thought it was, so now I basically have no leads. How curious. It seems quite unlikely that someone would spend so much time and effort campaigning on your behalf without your knowledge, but perhaps that is simply what happened. I cannot fathom why, though. I've kind of got this vague idea that maybe it wasn't meant to be positive. Like, maybe someone was trying to make fun of me for picking up trash? Doing anything with your hands really offends some people. It's not hard to imagine in this school where there's a couple people who don't want someone like me on the student council. Yeah, doing dirty things with your hands, especially when you're gonna jack off your future boyfriend, am I right? Heh. Well, it's a delightful conspiracy, but I can't imagine that's it. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, shall we battle now? Let's. Yes! Red versus Serena. Okay, she has her Houndour and a Rhyhorn. That's, rock and ground. So, you're going to start with Leer on these two. Maybe Sand Attack on Houndour. Oh, Smog Mist, that's great. Leer again, please. And this time use Sand Attack on Rhyhorn. Alright, defense is down -2 on both of them. And both their accuracies are down. So, use Metal Claw on Rhyhorn and Rock Smash on Houndour. Wow. Ah, Smug keeps missing. What? Actually, it has no effect on Titanium. That's great. Okay. Level 10. Good job, Titanium. Now, just use, let's see. Try another Sand Attack. And try Faint Attack. Oh, come on. Thank you, Boxer. I beat Serena. What do you think about that, Serena? I beat your prized Pokémon. Ah, well done. The synchronicity of your Pokémon and yourself is really something to be admired. 3 bond points with her, that's great. Oh, I'm pointing beneath her skirt. Hey, that was fun. I like the flourishes you add when you let your Pokémon out. Ah, yes, I have some aspirations as a musical coordinator. Minor ones, though. Who knows what the future holds, really? I find the path one walks is much less important than who you walk with. Excuse me, let me read that over. I find the path one walks is much less important than who you walk it with. And gym class is over. That'll be all for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Alder, you too. So it's lunchtime. Let's see what Red will be up to this time. You walk into the lunch hall and begin to pick up some lunch when suddenly you hear an ear-splitting screech behind you. Uh-oh. Sonia! Nessa? Well? What do you have to say for yourself? You went completely silent! Leon got lost for 2 weeks looking for you. Raihan posted 4 crying selfies. Wow. 4 crying selfies, that's, something. Your grandma kept asking where you were, and we didn't know what to tell her. No, Gran knew. I called her. Well, that's good. Still, you better have a good explanation for all this. Yeah, Nessa still isn't happy about Sonia's disappearance. Dare I involve myself in this drama? Do not involve yourself, Red. No, I should probably stay away. I think I'll just avoid that table today. Well, I'm willing to hear it. I can't. What do you mean you can't? I can't explain it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know I must seem like a proper brat, but I can't explain it. Just answer this for me then. It's the 20th. School started on the 2nd. Did you seriously avoid me for 18 days? No, of course not, Ness. Don't. We're not on nickname terms yet, Sonny. Sonny, that's so cute. I didn't actually intend to come back at all. I was in the city doing some shopping when I heard cheers and that wub-dub-dub music from the stadium, and I realized what day it was. And I thought, maybe if I could try out for the battle team again, maybe I could still fulfill our dreams, the dreams we had back then, do it properly this time. That dream's over. By the way, have you noticed that Sonia is wearing her purse beneath her coat? That's weird. It's so like you to make a snap decision like this. I bet you haven't thought this through at all, have you? How are you even going to pay? Pay? Yeah, Kobukan's notoriously expensive. You're not a first-time student, so I don't see you getting any free waivers. How are you going to pay in 5 months? Bloody hell. Somehow, in all the rush to get in here, I forgot about that. Advisor Lance talked to the dean, and he let me rejoin, but... I'm proper sunk now, aren't I? Yes, you are, Sonia, unfortunately. Let's get you sorted for electives. Ness? We need to get you signed up for your next classes. You'll need to sign up for clubs too, and we need to get you out of this old coat you always wear and into a uniform. You're such a hoarder, you probably never threw your old one away, right? Ness! Yeah, don't dally. Okay, so the busy table is off limits. We never went there anyway. So Professor Cherry is teaching the fighting type. No, thank you, that's not what I want. And I'm going to be focusing on flying and ice. Well, I'm just going to take the ice elective, ice class, but we're going to focus on flying more today. So let's go to the angry table. You chose the angry table? Yes, go to the angry table. And we're going to study with blue. Help you study? Ha! You must be really desperate, but sure, I might be the only person who can actually teach you anything. Study flying types. Blueberry crows obnoxiously the entire time you're studying together, but you do manage to learn a few new concepts. Blueberry clearly enjoys the opportunity to lord this over you. And we gained a 1 point with him. Your flying proficiency increases to 10.75. Your flying type Pokemon can now reach level 10. Okay, so I'm going to Ice class next. I'll be right back. Ice class is over, so we're going back to Homeroom with Professor Oak. Yay! How you doing, Professor Oak? Class is over, right. Oh? Looks like we're out of time. I get so caught up in my lectures on sound-based moves, I can hardly stop talking about them. Haha! Well, I thought that was funny. Dismissed! Lad, I wanted to commend you on your performance in the battle team tryout yesterday, but don't your grandson, he lost against Red. You must be ashamed, right? Of course you are. Aw, thanks. My classmates were seriously tough, though. Nothing compared to you, though, my boy. Why, I hardly cared to remember their faces. Even your grandsons? That's sad! But, actually, about that, there was something I wanted to ask you. Oh? Well, I suppose I have time. Would you follow me to my lab? Sure. And we're going to the research center in Professor Oak's lab. And by the way, I noticed the periodic table of elements up here is helium, oxygen, fluorine. I can't read the rest. They're too far away. Well, lad, what did you want to talk about? Sam, I'm worried about the effect my phrenergy might be having on the people around me. Please explain. Why don't you guess what I'm saying, and I'll tell you if you're right. Ah, payback. I clearly don't have time for these games, lad. No sense of humor. Look, even ignoring that my Pokémon listen to me, I'm concerned that people are being affected more by my phrenergy than you say they would. What do you mean? Ah, Red's looking around. Okay, no one else is here. Janine basically confessed the battle team tryouts weren't really for me. All I needed to do was show up, and she would let me in. Doesn't that feel messed up? And like hugely unfair? I've got an overwhelming advantage. Lad, you have no evidence her decision was not made by basically purely on the fact you represent an incalculable asset to the battle team. I mean, true. But I'm also doing really well on the student council elections from what I've heard, and I haven't really tried at those either. Oh, that reminds me, lad. I wanted to let you know you needn't worry about that Cheren boy anymore. Huh? Yes, I had a chat with him, and made it clear that he should not be looking into the circumstances of your admittance into the school. What? Eh? What's wrong? Sam, if you tell him not to look into something, that's basically admitting that there's something there you're trying to hide. Oh, there's no need to worry about that. He said he had the utmost respect for my professorial position and understood me loud and clear, his exact words. Shit. In any case, is that all you wanted to say? I've been analyzing the shards of the meteorite, and it's giving off a most wonderful energy I'd like to study further. Okay, one crisis at a time. I need to handle this soon. But about my phrenergy, I was wondering if there was a way I could, I don't know, turn it off? And the music abruptly stopped as I was reading this. I believe there is, lad, but if you were to no longer have this ability... and become a normal student person, there would be no reason for me to have brought you here to this school. Something's fishy going on. Sam? Lad, you need to understand how important this is. You represent a possible breakthrough in humanity's very understanding of bonds. This research will affect every man, woman, and child in every region. Your phrenergy could possibly upend society as we know it. We can't let humanity's future be jeopardized by silly reasons such as fear of unearned success, can we? Lad, people stumble into success without deserving it every day, for a myriad of reasons. Just look at Blueberry. Even so, if someone did want to turn off my phrenergy, how could they even do that? Could a gulpin just throw its gastro acid all over me? No, that would just make you very sick, sticky, and uncomfortable. I'll tell you this, lad, only because I trust you, and I trust you won't use the knowledge I'm about to give you. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. You shouldn't trust me. Based on prior research, the effect of phrenergy can be vastly diminished through one of two ways. If the person with phrenergy is aware of their power, and trying to keep it a secret, then its effect is lessened. Similarly, if the target of the phrenergy is aware of the user's power, and regards them with suspicion, phrenergy is not typically enough to override those natural feelings. Wait, then why did you tell me about phrenergy? If you know that me having to keep it a secret would make it weaker, then... Well, I'll admit that wasn't totally logical, but we've built up enough of a rapport over the years that I thought you deserved to know, regardless of how it might skew the data. Besides, I'm fairly certain that a boy as good-natured as you doesn't truly want to keep it a secret. You probably want to tell everyone, right? Get that weight off your conscience? Well, yeah. There we go then, there's no problems. As long as you don't actually tell anyone, of course. Oh! I didn't realize that! I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was an automatic door. Am I interrupting something, Professor? God damn, look at that bust on Sonia! No, we were just finishing. What can I help you with, Miss... Magnolia, Sonia Magnolia. I have some resumes. I've worked on a research assistant for a few firms in Spira, and I'm kind of short on money. Did you say Magnolia? Are you by any chance related to the Professor Magnolia, famed Dynamax scholar of the Galar region? Right, she's my gran, actually. Oh, why didn't you say so? I could certainly use a research assistant with your pedigree. I met your grandmother at a few conferences, and she always speaks quite highly of you. Really? She mostly just nags me on about not living up to my potential when we're talking. Yeah, grandmothers love to nag, don't they? Her way of showing affection, I imagine. Don't worry about it at all. Tell me, have you any experience with astrogeology? Well, I've been a bit involved in the study of wishing stars in Galar. Actually, I was part of the team that proved they weren't fragments of celestial rock like we thought, but parts of a massive unknown Pokémon. So I guess I was responsible for proving that Galar's most popular astrogeological topic was actually in the realm of astrobiology. Well, it may still be relevant. Until my coworkers from Hoenn get here, I'd welcome your expertise. I like Sonia's manicure, by the way, nice shade of teal. It matches her eyes. I must ask though, isn't your uniform rather tight? Exactly, look at that! Oh my god, Sam, you can't just say that! At least Red is courteous. Why not? Look at the poor girl, she's clearly suffocating to death. Exactly, look how busty she is, oh my god! That outfit is- that uniform is too tight on her. This was my uniform last year, and yes, it's a bit tight. Because your boobs got bigger, I presume? Well, I might suggest that with the money I pay you, you buy a uniform more fitting. I hardly want you passing out while you're handling a chunk of extraterrestrial rock. You might drop the thing. If it made it all the way here from the exosphere, it would jolly well survive a couple feet from a countertop. Ah, there's a smile. Much better. A research laboratory is no place for frowns. Not when we have the exciting work of science to be doing. Well, Red was frowning a lot in this laboratory. See, he's doing it again. And you say there's no room for frowns. Well, Red, anything else? No, Professor Oak, I'll be going now. So, pretty much Professor Oak wants Red to keep his Phrenergy a secret. That's pretty risky if you ask me, especially considering the future of the game, where it has negative effects, you'll see. Well, anyway, like I said, I'm going to be focusing on flying, so let's go study. Now, which type should I focus on? Flying. It looks like Caleb is in the library right now. Should I study with him? Sure, why not? Hi, Caleb. Haven't seen you all day. Actually, I saw you in flying class, of course. You spent some time studying flying-type Pokémon with Caleb. Cool. Your flying proficiency increased to 11.25. Your flying-type Pokémon can now reach level 11. Cool. Let me see what level. Oh yeah, Titanium is at level 10, so he'll be able to level up tomorrow. And I'm going to dark classes. Focus on ice and dark on Wednesday, which is the next day. Anyway, we're back in the dorm. Hey, dude! Hi, Brendan. What's happening, you guys? Well, while you were gone, a box arrived. It's addressed to you, Ethan, and Hilbert. Huh, maybe it's battle team stuff? I don't know, man. With my win ratio, I don't think I'm even getting a rejection letter. Yeah, and I was only mediocre myself. Weird. Any idea who it's from? B-Barrel delivered it, but she does stuff for everyone. Ran off before we could ask her. Kobukan has a delivery B-Barrel? That's cool. He means Bianca. Never mind, Bianca. Does things for everyone, so they mean Green Hat Bianca, not Tia Bianca. Well, should we open it? Yeah. Anyone got any scissors? No need. I'll cut it in half with my Brandon-style judo chop. Oh dear. I've had quite enough of the faux martial nonsense from Instructor Marshall. Hi! Yeah! Nice one, Brendan. Is that how you impress your girlfriend, May? I bet she's impressed with those muscles and your karate skills. As the book splits in half, a couple papers fly out. You, Ethan, and Hilbert all catch one. Okay, You did well enough Excuse me, let me start over. You did well enough I could have considered you even without your ability to make Pokémon listen to you, but since you have that, I'm obviously not letting go of you. As a heads up, the battle team is going to be intense. I'm going to put you through champion level training. Dropping you from the team is not an option, so you're going to make it through, in one piece or otherwise. Okay, so Red is going to be part of the battle team whether he likes it or not. Still, I have faith in you. I have faith you'll pull through. Also, I need you to. I've been here 3 years. I'm leaving this year. This year, there will be no retreat, and you're going to make it happen for me. Look at these guys' faces. They're shocked at what they're hearing. Welcome to the team. Battle team meetings are Fridays, after school, at night. Don't worry about curfew. BT meetings are exempt. Attendance is mandatory. Janine. And I thought Leaf was pushy. Well, enlighten us. I got in. Right. The reason they were surprised was about what they were reading. Right. Red was reading his own letter in his head. What?! Oh wow, that could blow the ears out of a loud... Let me start over. Oh wow, that could blow the ears out of a Loudred, you are right. If the battle team is letting in mediocre trainers like myself, I'm not sure I care to be part of it anymore. Hilbert, don't talk like that. Well, what did your letter say? Janine must have had a good reason. Just some nonsense about how my strategy to ensure obedience was very creative, and out-of-the-box thinking like that has been sorely lacking in the team's previous rosters. Dude, that's a massive compliment. Creativity is the crutch of those lacking power. If I had power, I would not need creativity. And what about you, buddy? What did Janine say about you? Ethan? Nothing much. Just some stuff about how she liked that my Pokémon listened to me. Huh. Alright then. You shouldn't buy that. Yeah, I'll just throw this in the trash. I mean, I half expect her to say she made a mistake when I show up for practice, you know? Oh, come on, Ethan. She wants you. That letter is proof. Oh, guys, look! There's some items and stuff in here. Maybe those are your awards for joining the battle team? You gained 5 Ultra Balls. You gained 10 Great Balls. You gained 1 Pokeball. 1 Pokeball? Really? That's it? Yeah, I expected 5 Pokeballs. Wait, there's another note from... Wait, let me start over. 1 Pokeball? Really? That's it? Wait, there's another note here. P.S. I breed these little guys in my spare time. They're kinda a battle team mascot. Maybe you'll find them useful. Huh? Please pick a Pokemon to send to the PC. You can hover over the Pokemon in your party to view their stats. Yeah, we got a Phalanx. I'm not taking a fighting elective, so I'll pass on this one. Oh, curious. Whoa, that's a Pokemon? It looks like a bunch of smaller Pokemon though. Yeah, that's Phalanx, the formation Pokemon. The one at the front with the crest is called the Brass, and all the other Phalanx listen to its commands. Yeah, she gave one to me too. Oh, but you didn't seem happy about that, Hilbert. I don't deserve this. This is pity. Well, what do you intend to do with it? Release it into the wild? Not a great idea. It's a fighting type. It'd decimate the local population in the fields, maybe the forest, but even then, it should live in mountains. Calum, you're taking the fighting elective, right? Well, yes, I suppose, but... Take it. I'm going to bed. That's pretty generous of you, Hilbert. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Hilbert, and good night. Well, I'm not giving mine away. Let's see, what kind of name should I give you? So, Phalanx isn't going to be part of my team, so there's no need to nickname him. I think Phalanx should suit you just fine. Yeah, that'll do, Phalanx. I should probably get to bed soon too. Got some awkward conversations to have tomorrow. Oh, care to elaborate? I've got to prepare a chat with Cheren about some student council stuff. Say no more. Godspeed. Good night, you two. Yeah, good night, guys. Okay, I'm going to text Blue. Alright, I texted Blue, so now we're having this text. Alright, now... Yeah... You know, you guys are pretty curious about, Ethan's letter, so we're gonna have to read that. Look through the trash for Ethan's letter. After we are concerned about him. Your wit increased to 3. I'll be honest, you did awfully in those tryouts. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a worse tryout record. But your Pokémon followed you flawlessly. Even if you told them to do something actively disadvantageous to them, they still followed your commands. You were holding back. That much is obvious. You are purposefully battling worse than you could, doing your worst to stand out. I don't get why, and I don't really care right now. However, let me be absolutely clear. If you don't quit that, I'm dropping you. I want you to know that, of all the people I saw at the tryouts, you're my second choice. Take that as a compliment. I'm impressed, but I want you to be more impressed. Welcome to the team. Battle team meetings are Fridays, after school at night. Don't worry about curfew. BT meetings are exempt. Attendance is mandatory. Janine. So Janine also wanted Ethan, regardless of how well he did. Guess I'm not completely special then. Yeah. Either that Janine could have dropped Ethan, but she's pretty generous to let him in, isn't she? And all those gifts, so... In a way, that's reassuring. And we're going to move on to Wednesday. I'm going to play that in this episode too, as I said. Anytime now. Good morning, Dorm 151. Oh, Homeroom, right. So I suppose you could say that things are really becoming exciting. Who could have guessed that extraterrestrial rock would contain such a fascinating energy? The implications are wondrous, or, as my new Galarian assistant might say, right brilliant! Ho ho! That assistant being Sonia, of course. That reminds me, who here thinks they may name the legendary Pokémon of Galarian myth? How about you, Miss Birch? Me? Shoot, I don't know much about myths. Psst, Red, a little help. We want to get our charm up, so give a hint. They are often called the legendary dogs. Your charm increased to 5. Oh, I know those. Raikou, Suicune, and Entei, right, Professor? Those are Johtonia, not Galarian. Not quite. Raikou, Suicune, and Entei are the legendary beasts of Johto, not Galar, and incidentally quite feline in their anatomy as opposed to canine. The correct answer to that question is Zacian and Zamazenta, the warrior Pokémon. Oops! In any case, Zacian and Zamazenta's existence was considered only a historical fancy, a myth not to be taken seriously until a few years ago, when they made a reappearance in Galar. In fact, there are a great many Pokémon that were thought to be naught but myths and legends until recently. We are certainly living in interesting times, for all the good and bad that entails. Alright, so I'm going to focus on Dark and Ice, but first I'm going to Dark class. Dark class is over, so now we're moving on to Gym class. Who are we facing today? And that's why it's important to memorize your type matchups. At the very least, memorize what the rock type is super effective against. It'll seriously help you avoid stealth rocks, or at least mitigate its effects. As someone who relies heavily on my partner Volcarona, I know more than anyone how much of a threat those rocks pose. Yeah, stealth rock is a pain in the ass. Anyway, that's the end of this lecture. Just remember to pack a rapid spinner. I'd also advise you look into defog. There's also a couple more options, like Tidy Up and Mortal Spin, but... Alder. Yeah, Alder got carried away. Ah, there I go again. I guess I tend to overstate how much stealth rocks matter. It's a lot. Enough. Red, your partner for this class will be... Bianca. Oh, these two Biancas. Wait, which one? I don't know. Guess you're fighting both of us. Well, alright. Not sure this is totally fair, but I'll take you both on. Yeah, I'm keeping, Boxer below Titanium. Hey, shorter Bianca, you're not going to, like, punch Titanium in the face, are you? You do have Pokémon, right? Well? Alright, just making sure. Yeah, she's offended, look at her. That's a good thing to make sure of, yup. Let's do this then. Okay. Red versus the two Biancas. Well, actually, Bianca and Tia. Man, look at that Mime Junior's. Listen to that Mime Junior's cry. So, use Leer on the both of them, and then use actually use Feint Attack on Mooney to get rid of her. There you go. Thank you, Boxer. You're great. All right, Titanium leveled up to 11. And there's Minnie, the Minchino. Sorry, I had to pause the recording for a moment, but I'm back. Ah, confusion has no effect on Boxer because she's also a dark type. Alright, so, use Leer again, and then Rock Smash on Minnie. So, Bianca nicknames her Pokemon, nice. Bye-bye, Minnie. And now Tia, the shorter Bianca, has two Pokemon left. So use Metal Claw on Mime Jr. and you use Feint Attack. Actually, Headbutt, because, Oh, never mind. Actually, because Mime Jr. is part Fairy type. Listen to that cry. Noibat is left. Wow, thank you, Boxer, you saved that. Try Leer and Headbutt. Try to give this total victory to, Boxer. Well, maybe not total victory because Titanium helped. But thank you, good job. Good job, you guys. I beat the two Biancas, nice. Ah, I thought we were going to win that one. Oh well. I gained 3 bun points from the both of them. You know, normally you should ask Bruno or I who you're meant to battle if there's some confusion there. But it looks like everything worked out well enough this time, so you're both named Bianca, huh? Tia begins signing at Alder before suddenly pausing. As though she realized something, she looks at you sheepishly and nods towards Alder. Huh, she's figured out she can't sign at anyone and expect to be understood. That's no. Yes, sir, they're both named Bianca. The shorter Bianca doesn't speak, though. Oh? And yet you communicated pretty well with your Pokemon in that battle just now. Was that all just based on your hand signs? Amazing the techniques and tricks the young ones come up with. I wouldn't have dreamed of half the stuff your generation treats as normal. Perhaps that's why you were unseated by a toddler. What does he mean, unseated by a toddler? She was 12, Bruno. Oh, yeah, the youngest champion. The champion of, Unova. Oh, that reminds me. Cheren wanted to talk to you after school, Red. Oh? Yeah, I wanted to talk to him too. Anywhere in particular? Maybe next to a lake where he could fit me with a nice pair of concrete shoes. Just in the garden, he said. Right, thanks for letting me know. That'll be all for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too, Alder, thank you. Now what is Red going to be up to this time? At lunch. Hey, isn't that guy who was in the battle team tryouts on Monday? Yeah, the guy who's got all those posters around the school, right? Uh-oh, gossip. Isn't he the guy that Lance really laid into a couple weeks ago? Nah, I'm pretty sure that was a red-headed girl. Silver is a guy, my god! Wait, he's looking at us. Let's scamper. Why? Don't you know anything? You never let a popular guy know you're looking at them. They get really angry when you do that. They said I'm popular. I like that. But they also think I'm a Tauros, and I'll go berserk if I see the whites of their eyes. Not sure I like that part. Okay, so, Professor Cherry's teaching the psychic type, but I'm focusing on the dark type. So, we're going to the quiet table. You chose the quiet table? Yes, go to the quiet table. And excuse me. And study with Silver. What? I didn't hear that right? Study dark types. Silver seems baffled you're going to him to study for let me start over. Silver seems baffled you're going to him for study help, but walks you through the material anyway. He's a surprisingly patient teacher. Your dark type proficiency increased to 10.75. Your dark type Pokemon can now reach level 10. And you know, out of my dark type classmates, I trust Silver the most. Alright, we're going to Ice next. Now say goodbye to Mama Melanie for today, and return to Professor Oak. And that about wraps up this lesson. Remember, the ability Sturdy not only prevents a Pokemon from being knocked out at full health, but also grants full immunity to one-hit KO moves. Yeah, that ability is a real pain in the ass if your opponent has it. This rarely comes up, but it's worth remembering. Another thing worth remembering is that if a Pokemon with Sturdy loses health, then it's restored to full health again. Sturdy will still work. Keep that in mind, and as long as you do, you're all dismissed. Alright, Cheren wants to talk to me after school, so I guess I might as well just kill time until that happens. Yeah, we're going to study Dark in the Academy. In Academy's library, I mean. Now, which type should I focus on? Dark. It looks like Silver's in the library right now. Should I study with him? I knew Silver was going to be at the library! Yes! Bond with him! Hi again, Silver. You spent some time studying Dark-type Pokemon with Silver. He's smiling! Your Dark proficiency increased to 11.25. Your Dark-type Pokemon can now reach level 11. Awesome. And I might as well put, since Howlite is still at level 10, I'm going to put him below Titanium for the next day, the next gym battle, so he can get experience points and grow to level 11. And look, it's Dib Membrane. Hey Cheren, it's been a while, what's up? What's up? Seriously, what's up, Cheren? Dib? I came here expecting a confrontation, and yet, upon seeing your eyes, I find all my desire to berate or chastise escapes me. Why, pray tell, do you think that is? Oh, geez, I mean, I don't want to fight, Pokemon battle maybe, but not a fight. Nor I. I've come across some disturbing news, Red. Disturbing news that directly involves you. What? Do you remember those two purple-clad students Nate, Blue, and I fought on the 10th? Yeah, those assholes, those stuck-up, snobby, bitchy ace trainers. Yeah. They hurled some vicious allegations at you, accusing you of getting in through nepotism. I thought nothing of it. Sharp words from an unpleasant pair of jealous fools. But then you revealed you actually do know Professor Oak. That alone I could dismiss as a coincidence, but... Blue has a habit of ranting about you. I swear, every third word out of his mouth is red. Blue is pretty obsessed with Red, isn't he? I smell future nameless shipping. Despite them not liking each other at the moment, I sense some nameless shipping in the future. And from what I've gathered let me start over. And from what I've gathered in those rants, Professor Oak seems especially fond of you, more so than he is towards his own grandson. Sadly, yes. No wonder Blue is so bitter. Again, hardly what I considered an issue by itself. But Old Man Oak told you to stop looking to me. Oh? You already know? Busted! Yeah, he told me. Look, Cheren, Silence. I'm waiting for you to tell me that my concerns are misplaced, Red. Professor Oak's recommendation played a very, very large role in my admittance here. So, it's as I feared. Cheren, I'm working hard, every day, to make sure that I'm worthy of Professor Oak's recommendation. I did well at the battle team tryouts. I see that shadow over your eyes, Cheren. I don't like that. I've passed all my homeroom tests. My fear was less that you earned your spot, though. Sorry, my fear was less that you earned your spot through non-standard means and more that you too have. Huh? Red, I finally understand why the more I get my message out there, the less people care to hear it. I can count on one hand the number of people who got into the school purely on the basis of academics or skill at training. Amusingly, the only other person I can be certain didn't bend the rules is myself, and my own dorm mate, Professor Oak's own grandson. If I were to attempt to remove all the students who did not follow the standard admissions process, I'm certain the school would be entirely empty. Perhaps it doesn't matter. I've made so many compromises already. What's one more? I'm really sorry about this. Don't be. There's no point in both of us despairing over the issue. Anyway, Bianca told me that you had something you wanted to say to me too. Oh, geez, I did, but I'm not sure if now's the best time. Please, go ahead. Alright, I was just thinking about how you were planning on repealing the curfew. Ah, yes, one of my few campaign points that I may actually be able to deliver on. Right, I was just wondering, are you sure that's a good idea? What? I was in the city recently. There are a bunch of thugs there, and I know they wander near the school at nighttime. If you repeal the curfew, aren't you concerned that you might be putting students at risk of running into them? That's a good point. I was under the impression that repealing the curfew was a cornerstone of your campaign as well. I mean, I'm not sure I ever established what the cornerstones of my campaign were. No, of course you didn't. You've continued as you always have in this process, expending a fraction of my effort and reaping multitudes of my rewards. Cheren. Let me be clear with you. I will not consider leaving the curfew in place. This is a measure that will benefit you. Do you not see that? You'll be able to go wherever you want at night. This is something I can do to help you. For what earthly reason could you rally up that against? For what earthly reason could you rally against that? Like I said, the thugs. And I really want to help Silver, I like him. We're going to a school for Pokémon trainers. I do not consider these unnamed thugs, even if they exist, to be credible threats that we cannot fight off. Wait, you don't believe me? No, Red, I do not. With proof, I would believe you, but as of now, it seems you're propping up a bogeyman to get me to repeal one of my few popular positions. I'm not. Well, if you were, I'd say that you have no need. You're doing well enough on your campaign without resorting to tricks like that. Certainly, if either of us needed to go into the offensive, it would be me. You still have my vote, Cheren. I appreciate that. I'll be keeping an eye on you to ensure that you remain worthy of mine. Bye, Cheren. See you later. Oh, still some dialogue left. What is it about this man? I should hate him. I should be throwing the book at him with as much force as I can muster. And yet... Perhaps Blue will know. Ah, yes, Red's future boyfriend. I should text someone before I head to bed. We haven't seen Blue all day, so let's text him. Look, I just need 2 more points and I'll be at level 3 with him. Yes! You want to text Blue? Yes, text Blue. Just thought I'd text, how you doing? What the hell's your problem? I was in the middle of training. You're probably gonna beg me for tips, huh? Tough, I'll block this number. Problem. 1 point with him. You spent some time texting Blue before drifting off to sleep. Good night, Red, and good night, Blue. See you on Thursday. Which is the next day, but I'm not going to play it for this video. I'm going to stop right here, so thank you, my healers, for joining me on this adventure. Feel free to give this video a like, and I'll see you in the next one. And don't get on my bitter side.